biggest reason why I came back to Kenya was, one, a big sense of obligation, in that like one of my biggest life mantras is to just elevate young people like me to the position that I'm in. So the sense of obligation was to help small businesses in Africa to grow and be efficient. And then the second one was the business opportunity. Mauritius is a very small country with about 1 million people. Kenya has 40 million people, and it's connected to East Africa with millions of people. So from like a business point of view, the business opportunity is bigger in this side of Africa. And I hear very many people say, if I get an opportunity, I'm going to go abroad because we have so many problems in Kenya. But those problems that we have are opportunities that can turn into businesses. So if you shift your mindset and look at it that way, you can make money from those problems we seem to have. I'd say where millennials go wrong is they romanticize fairy tales. What I mean by this is they read stories about Mark Zuckerberg being a billionaire, dropping out of school. They read stories about, like hundreds of people who have done this. But the truth is, each person has their own circumstance and streak of luck, which isn't applicable to everybody. So what I'd recommend for any person wanting to start a business is, one, have skills which can help you start a business. That means if that means going to school or working for some time before you even quit your job, do that. And then the second thing is have a team of people who can, complement your skills. Like, don't feel like you need to have control over your business and be like the manager, the supreme leader in any business. Like, get business partners who complement you, not supplement you, complement you in the sense that it's like a marriage where there's a lot of equality. And when you have people around you who are better than you, you're going to grow exponentially. Yeah, I've seen very many people say the only way to get rich in Kenya is to steal money. If you see a luxurious road, count the road, that person stole money. But the truth is, these are people who have worked for decades to get to where they are. And there's really no shortcuts to acquiring wealth, in as much as people make it seem. The only way is to actually trust the process. Like, start, grind, put in work, get the right people, get the right investments, and just literally trusting the process. It takes years to become financially successful. My highlights are the mistakes I've been making. So looking back, like, these are points in my life where I feel like I had reached a pinnacle before making that bad decision. So looking back, like, these are things that it's like a gentle reminder that I still have a long way to go. I have a long way, like a lot of things to learn. The other thing I would say is my highlight is just being in rooms with people who you've always admired. Like, I remember growing up, I admired people like Jimmy Choo and David Beckham. Jimmy Choo being like a globally renowned fashion designer, Beckham being one of the best footballers of our generation. So being recognized for what I'm doing and being put in the same room as these people, I think it was like enough confirmation that any person from any corner of the world, regardless of where you're from, can be as equally as successful as the people that we idolize. No, so recognition shouldn't really be an end goal. Recognition should just act as confirmation that what you're doing is, like, people are seeing what you're doing. But it should not be a goal at all, because we get caught up in, like, with the Instagram generation, where we try as much as possible to look really glamorous online, and like, you find people living the soft life 365 days a year, and just to be, just to be recognized for whatever they're doing. But if you look at it keenly, those people that actually get the recognition are people whose goal is to make an impact. And recognition is just like an end result of what they're doing. I'd say my biggest lesson has been working with the right team. That's something that people don't look into. I'll give you an example. Very many businesses are family owned in Kenya. You find that your dad started the business, so by default you're entitled to inheriting the business of the son, and so over time your business falls into the wrong hands, or rather it has the wrong motives, because it stops being who's qualified to do the job and it becomes I know someone, bring them on board. And lacking the right skill sets in any business really kills a business. So I've learned to, one, not work with family. Two, just having the right people around you who are way better than you and smarter than you. If you're the smartest person in the room, then there's a problem. So working with the right team, because at the end of the day, your business is as good as the people you're with. I'm going to talk about two dreams that I have. So one is a business dream. So business-wise, Africa is a huge continent with 50 different countries. So the goal for the NASI is to be Pan-African in 10 years and global in next 2 decades. That's a very attainable dream for me, because I've seen people like Elon Musk grow up in South Africa, move to the US and become, billionaires. So that's one of the dreams I have in the pipeline. And then a personal goal that I have is to be free. I've watched very many generations not do what they want because they sort of feel enslaved to the corporate world. But my goal is mentally, physically, emotionally, just to achieve what I call freedom, to be able to do anything I want, anywhere, with anyone, at any given time. So I think the biggest hit was when we could no longer run normally as a business. And the logical thing to do at the time was, just take a pay cut. If you're thinking of spending, say, X amount of money, just cut it into half and save it for a rainy day. So being able to be smart about finances, that's one. And two, being able to make strategic decisions. So rather than spending all this money on marketing, why not chase one customer who can pay you and keep you afloat? So it's just about making very strategic decisions on expenditures and where to channel your efforts as a company. I think, that has been what has been able to keep us afloat. Personally, I feel like I have very big shoes to fill. Just being in this position where you're grateful for all the big opportunities you've had, and I think the end goal is to just be able to get others to where you are. So for me, elevating other young people, if I was to find a 19-year-old version of me, getting them to where I'm at today, I think would be enough of a legacy for me. To all the young and ambitious entrepreneurs, I see very many people pitch their businesses to me on a daily basis. They want to get rich quickly. They're very young and ambitious. They have so much energy. That's really good. But at the end of the day, I think any young person in business should be grounded in the fact that it takes very many years to get to what they want to be. So if they trust the process and put in the work, I think at the end of the day, they're going to get what they want.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
let's grow this into Africa.
Looking forward to doing business.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
What I can advise a young person who is in business is to constantly seek education. I see very many people leave school very early and they lie to themselves that they're going to be the next Mark Zuckerberg. But at the end of the day, any successful person in business is constantly learning. Personally, I read so many books. I watch very many shows on YouTube about running a business. I listen to podcasts in the morning. And all this is to, because I'm aware that I'm as good as what I know. So the more I know, the better I become. So I'm always learning from people better than me. You can catch me at your local party, having a good time, or you can catch me at your local gym, just getting in a good pump. For me, fitness is something that keeps me, it's like therapy for me, keeps me motivated and energized for what I'm about to endure. So the two things that I do outside work.